On the last episode, we fixed the mechanical issues. Now we have to start fixing this front end. Now the thing is, the car's missing a bumper, headlights, and it needs to have the bonnet and the wing changed. But I want to do it in a way where I don't put the bumper on and take it back off again when I want to do another upgrade. I'm going to try and add in all the bits that I want to add to this car, to the car, before I even put the bumper on. Now the car came with halogen headlights.
What are those?
So I'm going to upgrade them to the xenon headlights. Here is the headlight that came on the car. These are halogen headlights from the 2014 A1, which is what we call a pre-facelift Audi A1. Now Audi changed the shape of the car in 2015, the year after, and they did what we call a facelift, whereby they changed the headlights, the main bumper and the grille. And seeing as I have to replace all of these parts, I figured why not just facelift the car at the same time. So what I've done is I've gone and ordered some xenon headlights. But not just any xenon headlights. I went for brand new Audi S1 Quattro headlights with this lovely red trim inside. Now this is what Audi refer to as the S1 Quattro or the Edition headlight. And these are very special and quite rare to find. So I've got the headlights. This is only one, the other one's still in the box. And I'm going to add those, I'm going to mount those onto this car. If the wiring needs to be upgraded. So these plugs I have to change up to 14 pins. Now, cars that come with xenon headlights from factory don't only have 14 pin headlight connectors, they also have a headlight washer system. And that's where when you pull the washer stalk to wash your windscreen, it squirts a bit of water onto the headlights to keep them clean too. Another thing that factory xenon cars have is what we call an auto leveling system. And that works by ways of having a sensor, a level sensor fitted onto this back axle. So when there's weight on this axle, the car will detect that from that sensor and it will automatically adjust the level of the light. So I have bought the headlight washer system and I've also bought the level sensor system so that I can do the xenon headlight upgrade properly as per factory. We're going to convert the plugs from 10 to 14 pin. We're also going to add the extra wiring required for the headlight washer system and the auto leveling system. Now in most cases I like to make up my own wiring harnesses, and for that reason I have all of these different coloured wires that I can use to make up pretty much any wiring I need for the car. Now that being said, I have cheated somewhat and I've gone and bought in the Kufatech wiring harnesses. I say I've cheated, I mean it still comes with bare pins, so you still need to be able to plug it into these. But it's just that there's a lot of wiring needed and making up the wiring looms can be very time consuming. So in this case, I've decided to just go ahead and buy the right looms that I need to basically cut some time down on these installs. Here is the auto leveling harness along with the auto leveling sensor that sits on the back axle and the auto leveling control module. And on the second kit here we have the wiring harness and the relay for the headlight washer system. So the sensor will sit there, the control module is inside the car and the headlight plug up the top. So I have to run a wire from there to the module to the headlights. As this is quite a bit of a job, I've got some help today.
Morning guys.
So I've got Andre back in, he comes in from time to time, helps me out, he's a good friend of mine. So we are both going to tackle this task.
What the man is doing over there. Ash,
Yeah.
what you got going on over there?
This hurts. I am finishing off the wiring under here, which is the power for the auto leveling. I am so tired right now. So the power for the auto leveling, the wiring up for the headlight washer, and the xenon conversion. So I've just finished off on the xenon conversion. You know what? Come here. Let me show you guys what's going on. So under here, my light ran out, so I'm using my phone. It's really hard to see, but up there, under the steering wheel, let me see if I can get a decent angle for you guys. Yeah, up here, there is what we call the BCM, the body control module, which is responsible for most of the electronics in the car. So there you go. I've just finished that one off. I've ran the wiring up to the plug, so now the 14-pin plug is fully wired up. That's done for xenon as well as auto leveling. Down here, there's the plug for the headlight washer pump, but that's the headlight washer bottle down here. The pump itself is still on order. I did order one, but it was on back order, so I'm waiting for the pump to turn up, and then we can take the washer bottle out and plug that up and get that part working. This side we haven't finished up yet. That there is the xenon headlight leveler control module. So it's plugged in and it lives up behind the glove box up there, so I need to screw in there again. Need to get a light to finish off that job. And then one final wiring loom, which is this one, and that comes off that wiring loom. This will run, there's a long enough wire, it will run all the way down to that wheel. So to fit this physically in there on the wheel, you need to move the brake lines, and it's not something that I would get involved with, so I'm not going to fit this in place just yet. But I will do, because I need to test it, is I will fit the plug onto the end of those wires, plug it into that, and then simulate by moving this. I've just changed out the headlight switch. So here was the old one. Here we are. So auto headlight switch with front and rear fogs, but it had the manual leveler for halogen headlights. Now we've got, I'll just pull it out a bit, there you are. So now we've got auto headlight switch with front and rear fogs, but no manual leveler, it's just a blank now. And then that's the dimming, the interior light dimmer. So that's now correct for xenon headlights. The headlights I've just mounted onto the car to test. That looks awesome. So there you are, that's the super bright LED daytime running lights. That's them working. What do you think, man?
Amazing, mate. They came out amazing.
Yeah, I'm so chuffed with these, with the red detail. It looks sick. Obviously there's no bumper on it yet, but even then, can you just switch on the lights, put it onto auto? So just to show you, right, so there, the daytime running light dims down, and then the low beam comes on. Oh, actually, switch it back off, and then put this side indicator on. You can watch it, dims down and flashes. Now at the moment, it's got the standard halogen bulb in there. I have ordered an LED bulb to replace it, so that will be coming out soon. It hasn't arrived yet. Now these bulbs have been upgraded. They're not the standard stock Audi ones you get. In fact, if I come over here, I'll show you what I got. So I got these. These are the Osram Cool Blue Boost, and yeah, these are absolutely amazing performing bulbs. They shine a nice clear, very bright white light. You can see up there on the wall. Yeah, they work lovely. God, these lights are amazing. Now there is one other thing I want to show you guys. So this is the auto leveling sensor that should be sitting on the back axle. I've just sort of wired it in. Right, so if you guys watch the line on the wall there and what I do here, so imagine there was a bit more weight on the car, the sensor would push down, and then the lights, as you can see, just drop down on the wall. And they drop down quite low, and then if you, lift it back up again, it'll go back up. So really cool to see this working in live action there. Really happy with how this has come out now. But yeah, there you are. Perfect. But yeah, as you can see, like I said, I will build this car better. And there's the first real mod part.
3 weeks later.
I had a few comments about the audio quality not quite being up to scratch. I bought this. This is the Rode Wireless Go microphone system. Now, from what I've read into it, these are one of the best in the market. So hopefully now, you guys will be able to hear me better once we get this set up. And then other thing that came in the post is the headlight washer pump. We'll install this and we'll test it, and hopefully the headlight washers will squirt some water. And a couple of LED indicator bulbs. So these will go into the S1 Quattro headlights and upgrade the halogen to this better LED. We'll figure out how good these are in a bit. But yeah, we'll set up the mics and we'll see, well, we'll hear how good they are.
Eventually.
Right, so the next thing that we're going to try and do is tackle this bonnet and arch. Now, I'd like to do the arch first, but because of the way it's dented in here on the bonnet, if I do fit a nice arch on it, there's a likelihood is that that part will come down and scratch it. So we're going to take off, by we, obviously I mean me and Andre, we are going to take off the bonnet, leave it off the car, and then we'll take off the wing, try and change that over, and then fit back the bonnet or the other way around. Actually, I think we're going to put the bonnet back on first, and then we'll do the arch. You'll see.
For the fun jobs, aren't you?
It's all fun. It's a big bag of fun, right?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll do bonnet first and then the arch, so that we can line it up from that side as we're coming along to this side. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, I reckon that's probably a good way to do it, to be honest.
All right, cool. Right, wish us luck. Right, so the arch is pretty much done. Might need a minor adjustment once the bonnet sits down, but pretty much as far as I can see here, it looks lined up perfectly to the door. So that's all good. The arch liner sits really nicely. Everything's all come together really good. So obviously the new bracket here helps that. So everything's sitting nicely here. And regarding the new liner on this side, it fits really well with the under tray. And on this side, the last screw at the back, I don't know if it's ripped off. I can't quite see it from here. But let me see if you can see this and get the light for you. There, so this bit has been split on this liner. And I'm starting to think maybe I should just replace this arch liner as well. But yeah, that's all done. So next up,
Bonnet time.
the bonnet. So I've got a replacement hood, as it says there. This bonnet is in primer, hasn't been sprayed, and I'm just going to fit it straight onto the car. Because anyone who does painting will know that trying to polish a bonnet when it's off the car is a major pain. So probably better just to mount it straight onto the car, and then we can do the alignments, and if there needs a spray work or whatever, we can do that then. Done. We now have a fresh wing and bonnet without any dings. Yeah, I am super excited. This is coming together. I've also fitted on the headlight bracket. It's amazing the way this all fits back together. The washer jet is fitted along with the hose to pump the water out. On this side, the washer jet is now also fitted. The hose is there. This side is still open as we're waiting for a grommet. But when the grommet turns up, we'll fit it all back into the pump, mount that back in there, and do a water test, make sure nothing leaks all over the floor. And yeah, hopefully then the headlight washers will also work. And then after all of that's done, we will move on to the bumper.